When two worlds combine, it sparks into existence a brand new life of clarity and cosmic insight. This is the truest form of alchemy. Join Becky Gregory and Hillis Pugh on Cosmic Insight, only on Real Revolution Radio X.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome here to Cosmic Insight, all you cosmic explorers. I am Rebecka Gregory here with
Pugh. As I jumped the gun a little bit in anticipation. Wow. Welcome to another edition of Cosmic Insight, where it's just us.
It's just so you get to play with us today. Yeah, so we've actually been playing for a little while here because we had the most interesting technical difficulties before we got on here. Hillis couldn't see me. I was disappearing. What else was happening, Hillis? It's kind of like the time of this full moon right now, isn't it?
It's like all this stuff. I couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear me. You were freezing. And I'm like, that's what happens when you're timeline jumping.
Yes, and that's so happening right now, the timeline jumping and everything like that. So Hillis and I finally got on the same timeline for the time being. And so we can just do the show together and have fun and play with these amazing energies that are coming with this this Virgo full moon that is beyond potent. I don't know about you, but it's just at a whole nother level. How have you been navigating through this moon?
I've been navigating just fine until today, the day after. But I guess what's also really been helping me is is the Hempworx, with the CBD and melatonin. That's been really helping me with getting rest and things like that.
Yeah, we forgot to tell everybody what we jumped into, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, we're on another timeline, so yeah, everything is hopping all over the place.
It is. Do you want to tell them what we're doing now? Since you brought it up.
Yeah, so we are distributors for Hempworx, which is an amazing CBD company. It is helping, with our overall wellness and well-being. It's really, I can't say enough, to be honest. I mean, it's a really pure product. It's really potent. It's very strong. And what I really appreciate about it is the fact that of the integrity behind the brand is what I love the most, is the integrity. People who stand behind the product. And, they have amazing products, not just CBD oils, but also soft gels, which I take. The coffee berry, I love that one because it kind of curbs the appetite. So if you're going all day long and you forget to eat, you don't have to worry so much when you take one of those, because it's like, oh, well, I kind of feel kind of full anyway. But it's, so much energy. I've been napping less.
Hillis likes to nap. I nap today.
I've been napping less, more focused. Really been noticing, the subtle changes, because that's what it is. You don't want anything that's going to be, instantaneous.
Oh, yeah.
You want to kind of grow into it. What about you?
I've been using, let's see, because we just recently started to receive it, and I've been receiving more energy. I've been using the drops also, since I've been using also the one that has curcumin in it for pain, which has been helping me a lot. Now, my dogs, if you have dogs out there that have a lot of anxiety and stuff, I have, you've probably heard me talk about them. I have, how many dogs do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 and a dragon. And so, yeah, so I've noticed I've been giving it to the dragon. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 and a dragon. You have a bearded dragon.
Not I have a bearded. It's a real dragon. He's not a bearded dragon. He's a real dragon. He thinks he's a real dragon. So
yeah, he's in his dragon cave.
He's in the dragon cave. But anyway, I've really noticed the dogs, especially my one Daisy. She loves it. Like she loves supplements anyway. So. And it's been also with Finn, who's my one who can get a little bit he has 2 speeds, slow and out of control. It has helped to calm him down to a little level where he can function, because he's like on steroids. So I've noticed that. So people with pets, it really, I've seen a difference with my babies when I allow them to experience. And I'm still, we just signed up, so we'll have more coming, but just for the month that we've had it, it's been fun, and I feel the energy increase. And as I said, as Hillis was saying, the integrity of it, I tapped into it when I took the actual drops with the oil, and yeah, it flowed real nice in the body, and the integrity of it, and it's a happy CBD, if that makes any sense, because you do know that we actually had cannabinoids in actually body, like we make it in our body. It's like part of our makeup.
Yeah, but here's a fun fact.
What's a fun fact?
So, being Cosmic Insight, we have insightful information.
Mhm.
And this fun fact is that the actual plant, the hemp plant, has derivatives, has an origin from the space, from outer space,
Why it's such an amazing
the
plant.
Pleiades, uh, bought the plant from their planet and helped it to grow here.
Oh,
I
well,
know,
thank
that's
you for
fun
that
fact number
information.
one.
I had no clue.
I know, right?
Do you have another
That's
one?
Yeah, fun fact number two is that when you test the frequency of CBD oil without THC, it is a frequency of 400, which is the same frequency of love.
Hmm.
So yeah, fun fact.
Well, thank you for
I
those
love
fun
people.
facts. And speaking of love, isn't that what it's all about right now?
Oh
Like
yeah.
staying in the love and staying in the energy, and staying in your beingness.
Yeah, and I think that that's really important now, on the other side of this full moon energy, and all planets are direct. So, things are happening much faster, things are happening much quicker. And, I got a new crystal the other day, and it is a lilac and Dara crystal.
Nice.
But you really can't see it really close up, or there is, but it doesn't do it justice. But I was looking at it, and there are what they call bands in here.
Hmm.
And I look at them and I call them, those are timelines and other dimensional energies. And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, all this energy in this one little space, and teaching, and actually been teaching me how to navigate and move in between these spaces. And I think that's important right now for all of us to really learn how to navigate, our remembering, what we
Yes.
are going through.
And the remembering's getting, we always talk about, yes, I always bring up the chocolate chip cookie, but the remembering's getting that deep where I don't know about, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's like this feeling like, I don't know about you, but like for the last week or so, there's been like this whole shift with me with this full moon, I keep on saying, with the full moon coming in, where it's like all that stuff that used to make matter in my world, like I'm just going to say the 3D stuff, like I don't know, it's just like I'm questioning all that. Like, does this really matter anymore? Do I need to be in this space anymore? How can I recreate so I could have that stuff done for me and live in the space that I want to be? And also, who do I want to be, right? Like moving into that energy of like all this space of shifting into that remembrance of who we are and stepping into that higher self of us and looking as the master we are navigating the world.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I like how you put that, when we allow ourselves to really step into that and find that space. And, one of the things that I've noticed about me, is that I haven't been spending all as much time on social media as I should. One who is entrepreneur, one who's a freelancer, one who does all that I do. I have to be on social media, but I
Do
haven't
you?
spent. Yeah, but I haven't spent much time on it. But it's been really helping me to navigate these frequencies and these energies is this little guy. This little guy here. And so you guys can see it's a HEALY, and so it helps, with helps to heal the body using frequency. And if it hasn't been for this guy with customized frequencies that I've used to help to nourish the body, to help bring this body back into alignment from my cellular structure to my DNA to my meridian lines and my systems and my chakras and all of this energy to help keep it tight. I don't know where I would be without. I was probably about to go jump off of a roof or something, or because it's been crazy. When you're in this collective energy and you're feeling every one and every thought and it's all compacted and it's like it just
Oh,
kind
it
of
is.
snared a little bit.
It is. It is really compacted right now. And it's, yeah, I'm kind of old school. I get out in nature. I think the lighting got crazy. Did it shift? It's that time of day when everything gets all crazy cuckoo for coconuts around here. For me, going out in nature is the way that, I love to ground myself and be in the energy. And it's cool for me because I'm so attached to nature when I go out and sit and just watch things. Hillis, I'm always like, ooh, when I sit in the window here, it's because something's flying. I'm like, literally right before we stopped, there's literally a vulture that like flew right at us and went straight up the window. So there's always something going on, but it's so cool because when you be in that world and watch nature, it teaches you so much. You talk about navigating, and I'm realizing now, like, I've been kind of tracking myself of kind of like what I see or numbers I see, or, just maybe like a bird that comes to me, or it's just like, and then all of a sudden it'll show up in my world. It's like, I guess what I'm trying to say is really fine tune how you walk in mindfulness in the world right now, because every step, moment, beingness, every breath you take, there is something in front of you in the outside that is directing you to the next step on your path, more so than ever.
I hold to that.
To that. And it's just learning to navigate and being aware and seeing and being and just noticing, like, oh my God, this happened. And then you start to put it's like a big ass puzzle right now we're putting together
Yeah,
to create a brand new puzzle that we've never made before.
I know, right? It's
Like,
in
what
trust.
piece do you want to put in? And then that's cool. The piece doesn't kind of fit. You can like chunk it out and change your thought, change how you act, how you react to something, to put another puzzle piece in. It's like they're almost like, movable pieces of a puzzle.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you brought that up because it gave me a time to reflect upon some of the clients that I've been helping the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of get emotional because I had an amazing session with a client yesterday who uh, is a 144.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so profound, so intense. Um, and how she was open and ready to receive the nourishing that she wanted that she's been wanting her whole life. Because we walk through life, with one set of rules. We have this one set of rules that we really don't know about. This one set of rules that people give us from our parents, and then there's another set of rules, how we walk in life at work, and then there's another set of
Mm-hmm.
rules, and there's another set of rules. So it's like we govern our lives by all these rules. And so, looking upon, the life that she manifested by being in these rules, because, the belief is, you follow the rules, things are going to be okay.
No.
And it wasn't okay. She came to a whole new awareness of herself. And she literally in the session, uh, freed herself, and is the word that she put it, from the shackles that were on her
Mhm.
legs, on her ankles, on her waist, on her neck, on her hands, and even her back and her wings. And so it was all this energy, I'm trying not to get emotional, but it was such a really intense moment. And I say that to say, because we're all in this space. We're all in this space of really stepping into a new awareness of and where we are and where it leads us to be, and who am I now and who am I going to be later, and blah 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 blah. We're all figuring this out now, because we haven't been here before on the planet, at this point in time,
Mhm.
period. And I know that you and I were joking a little bit at the beginning about timeline jumping, but this is real.
It is. It is, and it comes back to that. Talking about people waking up and becoming more aware. I I invite everyone too that might have been in doing this for a while. You're just opening up right now, or wherever you are on your path or your journey, listening to the show, or where you find the show. Because I'm a firm believer everybody finds the information they need to receive when they're ready to receive it. And where you are on that path, just always remember like where your journey and where you've been for the people that are just waking up and discerning and holding that space for them, for those that might be just waking up right now, because that chaos is here. People are waking up and they're freaking out because they don't understand. So I invite everyone to really, if you find someone that's starting to wake up, remember where you were when you when you started to wake up, and assist them, and just, don't try to fix them, but just give them, hold that space for them to know that they're not alone, and give them that space to express what they're dealing with right now, and assist them any way you can without fixing them. Because we don't
Yeah.
have to fix anyone anymore. Because
No,
nobody's
because
broken.
if you right, because when personally I don't use that word fix, because that immediately implies we're broken. We're
Mhm.
not broken.
No.
We're far from it. I mean, we're in a place of um, understanding. We're in a place of evolution, self-evolution. We're in a place of hope, but moving into love, moving into appreciation, moving into these new spaces. And what will really help to clarify some of what Rebecca and I are talking about is last week's episode 12, with us and Anastasia, because we really got into the really nitty gritty to really help to move some of that
Yes.
energy. Because it's not, okay, I'm here, now what? We're all in it, figuring it out together. It's like, okay, now what? Okay, now what? Okay, now what? Mm.
Yes. And it's all about the vibration. And when I say hope, I call hope is honoring our personal evolution.
Yes.
So that's what hope
So,
means to me.
okay, so repeat that again.
Honoring our personal evolution.
Yes, that's what hope is. And for those who are watching, from this day forward, when we refer to hope, this is what hope means,
Yeah.
not the generic kind of the Webster's dictionary version of hope.
I yeah, I upgraded it.
Yeah, because this is cosmic insight. Come on, we got to have these insightful moments. It's
Yes.
really in a space now, to where we are meeting ourselves for the first time.
Hmm.
We are meeting the master of ourselves for the first time. Wow, that just came in, and that just tingles. We are meeting ourselves for the first time.
Hmm. We're stepping in. We've already known ourselves, but we're meeting. We're I think we're buying that higher part of ourselves from the 3D experience we've been stuck in that we chose to come here for. However, time to move away from, so that we can shift this planet into something just extraordinary from where it's been.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit, because I talk about it often. And I talk about it to my clients. I talk about it, That's part of what I talk about, in our choice to be here.
Mhm.
We chose to come here. And, at one point, there was a time where I thought that we had collective amnesia. But when you are born into this planet, you can't help but have an amnesia anyway. So
Yeah.
it's a given. And so, yes, we chose to come here for whatever reason, whatever purpose is. And most of us now are remembering and wanting to remember what is my purpose, and it's so funny that I have people asking me this all the time. It's like, Hillis, what is my purpose? Hillis, what is
They
my
love
purpose?
that question.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, this is something you already know. Everyone knows what the purpose is, but before we go diving into that, let's stay, on why, the choosing, because that's really huge. And then, Rebecka, I want to know what your thoughts are about, people choosing to really
Choo-
come here now.
Choosing to come here.
Yeah, the
My thoughts
school.
about it.
Yeah.
I
I
have so
know.
many thoughts going through right now. I think I'm like, I feel like I'm timeline jumping with all these different points of view on that question. From all the parts of me. You know, I think I'm just going to say this. So this is what's coming to me at people that chose to come here in this time more than any other time, because history is just, I think some of the strongest people that have ever been created are on this planet right now to be in this time. Some of the most passionate people, some of the, just those ones that, if you believe in past lives and going through that in the millennial where we've been, have really gone through some huge stories, lines, like in their lineage of their soul and who they are. And that took a lot of courage and to come here at this time. And we are a bunch of powerful, potent badasses that are here to shake things up, shift the shit, and move this world into something that it's never seen before, because it's been in this locked into this old paradigm for the millennia. And now we're at the opportunity. Like it's just, it's an amazing time. Yeah. So that would be my answer. How about
Yeah,
you?
yeah. You know, the word choice, I talked about it before, and what really is bringing it home for me is that one episode of Lovecraft Country, where
Oh,
where this alien came out of wherever she came from, and she told the wife, choose, oh dang it, choose who you want to be, or choose the I am, something like that.
yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, yeah, and that was a very powerful episode because we all have a choice of who we decide to be.
Hmm.
Everything that is happening now is predetermined, yet we can alter the predetermined choices by our free will, by
Hmm.
our experiences. And so now that we are past the tipping point, the choice that we have, the choices are unprecedented. So we
Yes.
can literally choose anything, literally can choose to be anything. We just have to believe it and quote unquote break the system, break the rules, so to speak, to obtain it, because people sometimes make fun of me because I want to levitate or I want to use my telekinesis and I want to do all these things with my mind. Be
You
like,
can't do that yet.
not yet. I'm getting there, but I'm getting pretty good at sending telepathic messages though, because I've sent you a few.
Hmm. Do you get mine?
Yeah. Oh, and for those who are watching, so Rebecka and I like a good 5 hour drive apart away from each other. So yeah,
Yes.
pretty amount of distance. So yeah, uh, yeah,
But it's all cool, you know, when you're saying that and making those choices. I loved back in a few years ago, whenever that was, I went down the rabbit hole learning access consciousness for a while. And I always remember when to say, I haven't said in a while, who am I today and what grand and glorious adventure am I going to have? When you wake up in the morning, I always remember like these little tidbits, and I always remember that because it's so true. Like every day we wake up anew. Every night we go through a death. Every morning we wake up anew. And it's like, who do I want to create today? And we have that possibility. We have that. We can do that. Every day we can create who we want to be by how we react to what's thrown at you, how you stalk yourself and look at like where you were and where you want to be, and how you stay in your heart to bring in the magic and the joy and the love and the dream of who you want to be. And you can live in that space. And yeah, you know, you have days when the full moon comes and everything shits the fan and just everything builds up and you got to like be like, oh my gosh, here we go again. But you know, I'm starting, even though I get my moans, it's like it's becoming much easier for me from the work I've done. And also, I don't take it on as heavy anymore. It's like, oh gosh, okay, this is coming up. Let's see what I need to see here. Or, you know, just kind of make a game and joke of it because we don't have to hold on to that, like, oh, please, woe is me. You know, that we used to get I used to get myself into, but you know,
yeah,
not that I still every once in a while have a moment, but all in all, you know, if you can keep that lightness when the stuff hits the fan around it and not go back into that victim, you can
yeah,
play with
yeah,
those energies just to crack them open and just move through it and
yeah.
create
You
something
know,
new.
yeah, exactly. I always knew it. I loved what you said, and I want us to really emphasize that because I think it's very key for a lot of people who might have missed it when you said it. And you said, you know, when we go to sleep, we die and we wake up anew.
Mhm.
And I never thought about it that way. I mean, it's really interesting because we go to sleep on the assumption that we're going to wake up the next day. It's a given that we're going
Mhm.
to wake up the next day. But you know, when we go into our dreams and have these lucid dreams or astral travel and go into the Akashic record and go within and go and do all these things that our soul is meant to do, yes, the physical aspect of us is there in that moment. The body knows to sustain itself because of the cord that is attached to the body from your soul, because you still have the experience that you chose to have here now.
Yeah.
While you're, and then, you know, when you're done, you come back and like, oh, I'm back here in this body and I'm doing what I have to do today. And yeah, you know, it's really, good stuff.
And listen to this. Okay, so let's add to that. The caveat to that is pretty much every person on this planet in the physical, you know, the biggest fear of all is what? Death.
Yeah,
And we never die.
no, we
So that's
just,
like the biggest universal joke at all. We're fighting against something that never really truly happens. And we're in fear of that when we experience what it's like every freaking night when we close our eyes.
I'm laughing because I mean, yes, this is something that I know, but to hear from another perspective, from a different person, from someone else. You know, because we've had talks, but we haven't talked about death before.
Oh, I like talking about death. I have a weird, just, yeah.
And so when you put it in that context, it really allows for someone watching to really take a whole new grasp, a different perspective of it. Because now, since we're in this multi-dimensional
Mhm.
energy and the marriage of these energies coming together, these energies merging, Everything is moving faster, everything is coming ahead, and so now it's like, okay, what do I do? What's happening? What's going on? And blah 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 blah. All this stuff
Mhm.
is happening. You know, you have to, for those who are watching, and myself included, you have to have a different perspective. I mean, because we're almost out of choices, and we got to make some new choices now.
Yeah. And some people might have problems with, talking this, and I'm not disrespecting anybody's point of view at all. I just get into me and I come out. So, yeah, but death is just one of those things. It's really comical if you sit back and look at it from all the different points of view. I remember when I was started my journey, the first thing I experienced, or when I started with the Toltec teachings, and I told my story before, hypnotherapy school. I went for 6 months. I don't even know how long I was there, but I remember when we were doing breath work and learning how to do breath work, and facilitate breath work classes and things. We were in breath work, and I don't know what happened in that moment, but I just unlocked my whole entire body. I just remember, like, I felt like a puzzle, and I just was like breathing, but I was like moving and just like aligning, unlocking my whole body. And the next thing I know, I think I levitated in a way. Um, yeah, that's what I felt. I literally felt like I was off the ground. Like some part of me, I guess I was leaving my body. Anyway, at that time, but the experience was that I was able to get my body to this place of bliss and joy and peace, and it just overcame me. Like, I really believe in that moment, I went through what it's like to have a physical death.
Wow. Yeah,
And
well,
I always remember that's what came to me. You experienced a physical death of what actually happens.
yeah. You know what?
The love and the peace and the bliss. And I always held on, even though I've never really been to that feeling at that level before because of the state I was in that month. But I always remember it. My body remembers it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, your body is a great record keeper. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I mean, the body is a record keeper. But what you brought to my mind is one particular experience that I had with plant medicine. And this was, in the beginning of my journey with plant medicine. And one of the things that the shaman and the helpers always say to you is remember to breathe, remember to breathe. Because, when you're in that state, you can forget to breathe. Literally, you can forget to breathe.
Mhm.
And I remember there's one particular experience, everything was super kaleidoscope. Everything was moving and shifting, and I was aligning and moving. And then I realized that with every movement, the tiniest movement of my physical body, everything changed just like that.
Mhm.
And then I realized that my breath was the flow,
Mhm.
and it helped to change everything. And I'm like, but I don't want anything to change because I'm studying this, but I'm getting to know this. And so there was a time where I think didn't breathe. I don't know for I don't know how long. It could have been 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, but it
Mhm.
felt like a really long time. When you're in that space,
Yeah.
you
Time
know,
doesn't mean that. It's
yeah,
irrelevant.
exactly. And so it's in that, it's when you're in understanding the flow, understanding the power that the oxygen, air, the breath, the flow of the lungs and the flow of the heart, you understand how that moves and shifts in those spaces. And it's like you, this body, have the choice, the opportunity to really create what you want.
Mhm.
And some of us, are now in the space of being subjected to nothing's working because the rules that we once knew don't apply.
Mhm. Yeah. That's a
What
beautiful
are the
thing.
new rules?
There's no rules. I think I checked out for a second on that one at the end.
No, it's fine because I mean, we're these words come in, I'm processing it as I think about it because it's a whole new way to think and process it, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been on social media.
Oh,
Because I've been in the space of processing, my own internal stuff. Everything
yeah.
from grief to joy to love. I mean,
And
because
grief doesn't have to be the passing of somebody. Now that we're talking about death, it could be the loss of a job. It could be, getting your hair cut. You can have grief from getting your hair cut.
yeah, I mean, grief doesn't
Yeah, I
have
like this one. You could have grief from everybody eating all the chocolate chip cookies and you didn't get one.
yeah. Well, no, that'll just be me being upset, not grief. Well, maybe both.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, no, I like that, and it's really interesting in how now, you know, we are in this multi-dimensional space, right?
Oh yeah, and it's fun.
Oh yeah, and people are still wanting to know how to navigate this. Wanting to know what do I do now. For those who are aware, they're more aware than they were yesterday or the day before that, or even a month ago, or even a day ago. We're still in this whole oh geez, what's happening, moment. It's like
Uh, with you.
so this whole experience kind of reminds me, of my first time with ayahuasca, and then my second time, and then my
Mhm.
third. And I say that because when you or any new experience,
Yes.
it's like you're so used to having things a certain way, having this or having that. Everything is just done, and so um, what is coming in is that these new experiences are the joys. These are the things that you have to allow yourself to remember to allow them to take hold, because as you like to do, play with the energy. Play with it because that's what it's there for. Because you have to play with it to understand it. You have to play with it to really to know what you're dealing with. And right now, we're all in this space of really understanding what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and I think it's changing too, in that it's really right now, we really have to get out of our heads and stop questioning stuff. And the key, if I can, anybody out there listening, the key is to stay in your heart. And I read Hillis something earlier today with a card I drew today about intuition and instinct. And in that heart space and in dropping out of your head, we always, it's getting to a space where whatever comes, you just listening to the intuition and the knowing, and also listening to your body. That's so important right now, where things might be out of place or what you're feeling. And so you're discerning and staying in that heart and that joy of it, because we are here, for an experience, but that experience doesn't have to keep us stuck in the experience for years and years and years. We have the experience, whether it be a happy experience or you experience anger, or you experience, okay, I just had this experience of being, wanting to knock somebody in the head because they almost ran me off the road. What am I experiencing now? Oh my gosh, let me feel this in my body. Wow, I'm really feeling some anger here. Wow, that was really cool. Okay, I can move on now. Let me send them love that they find their way and not be such a jerk in the world and move on.
Yeah, and it's
And
just that
it's
simple sometimes.
what?
It's just that simple sometimes.
It is. And you can scream and holler when I mean, personally, I feel you could scream and holler when you're out if that helps keep you aligned. Sometimes, I think people get this, you have to be like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel people get this, like, you have to be so like angelic. No, you don't.
You show up manners.
No manners. No, you don't. There's no manners around this. If you need to cuss and yell and scream, but you could still be aligned to your higher self, because this happens to me all the time when you're in that space. It's all about being in the heart and love, because that's passion,
Yeah, I
you
like
know?
that. Oh yeah, I
And
like that too.
yeah. And and that's moving, that when you get in that passion, that's real heart space. And I feel the key, I don't know about you, Hillis, is the key is not judging it. And that's the main key. And not having expectations, and always looking at it from a point of view and in the space of love.
Yes, and allow yourself to be vulnerable, and that's part of it too. Because we, I keep saying we personally.
We,
Yeah, it is
but
a
you're
we.
making a good point there. I'll bring up. Finish what you're saying, and then I'll bring up what.
We, sometimes have this idea of perfectionism, this idea of us being perfect or being seen in a particular light, an image we have to
Mhm.
And it is in that image that we allow ourselves to portray. We don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to the
Mhm.
world. We can be vulnerable to ourselves. But sometimes all you need is 30 seconds. All you need is a minute. You don't need like a full on pity party, this lasts
Yeah,
for a whole day or two. I mean, you don't need that now. I mean,
yeah,
it's how you shift out of it. And one of the things that I've been helping people do to shift out of it is to really work in that heart space.
yeah,
That's where everything is. I mean, the heart governs everything, you know.
yes. And you hold on to that heart space when you're working with people, as you said, to stay in that space, to feel it. People, I invite people out there now, and I'm gonna say it's an invitation to start to feel. Don't not allow yourself to be afraid to feel whatever's coming into your field, because it's so important right now that we feel. Because when we start to feel our body, then we could start to listen, and then we could start to let go, because we understand and we're embodying and staying aligned to who we are. And because there's no, you can, everybody, a lot of people, I'm sure you've seen on your path, people just went, I want to see the angels fly, and now the beings come out and everything's totally real, and a lot of
By
people
the
like
way,
to
you were
see.
all muffled when you said that. You have to
I
say
was
it
what?
again. You were super muffled when you said that. You sounded like a muffled fairy.
you know, and it's that alignment of being it. You can be in that space, but we're here for an experience, people. Don't be afraid to be on this earth, because you got just are you am I muffled now? Did I
No,
ramp
this
up
is
the
my
energy
magic
and
wand.
zap you out? The magic wand. But I mean, people are afraid. How many empaths are afraid to stay in their body? They like to take off and fly in the sky. People, I'm telling you right now, get your asses grounded and come down here and be here. It's okay. You can play in both realms. You can have the everything happen to you, be aligned in your heart and grounded in this earth,
Yeah,
and finding that space to do that, to be in both worlds and shifting between. We don't have to escape anymore.
yeah.
The
And I'm
world
gonna
needs
share.
us.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this because this is, I feel, is very important. What you're talking about. Adding to that. Because people often see, plant medicine or breath work or doing this or doing that to have these quote unquote out of body experiences or
Mhm.
this connection with spirit, which is nothing wrong with that because you have to have that point of reference.
Yes.
You have to have it to know what it feels like. You have to have it to understand, that this is, what it feels like for me. So
Mhm.
when you take that first step to really ground in those energies, into the physical body, and I can tell you that there's so much joy when that happens because working with
Yeah.
certain tools and certain energies and frequencies, it's amazing and how uh strong energy of the dynamic, the connection to the space when you allow for the energies to ground into the physical body. You know, because heck, I
Yeah.
was always one to stay up there and play somewhere. I was like, I don't want to be down here in this body. This body sucks. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do anything that my energy body can do. But it's going to eventually get there, and the path to doing it is to allow the energies to come into the body to integrate, and then
Yes.
you know, can really begin to play, you know?
And you just hit it there, the integration, because that's what's happening right now. We are, as a consciousness, as a planet, as a species, as whatever we are, you know, we are raising our vibrations if we want to or not. I mean, the planet, everything is
You have no
raising right
choice.
now. What?
You have no choice.
You have no choice. I mean, and the people that are resisting it are in a lot of pain right now. And, you know, so the more you can allow your body to open to receive the upgrades, that the light codes that are coming in, drinking a lot of water, you know, whatever you need to do for yourself, you know, integrating that energy into your body and allowing it to talk and allowing it to be part of accepting it, not fearing it, the more you'll start to vibrate higher, and everything will start to, like, instead of being like this, you'll be like this, and everything will be even out, where it'll be easier to navigate the next level. And that's the key. That's why so many people right now are like in such pain, and I personally been going through it myself. You know, but it's all about that upgrade, that energy upgrade that's happening right now. And I would, what did I want to say? Oh, I was going to go back to being perfection when you talked about perfection
Yes,
and
perfectionism. Yeah,
being
that's a good
vulnerable.
one.
And, you know, I think that's so important now too, just allowing yourself, you know, I really, you know, having trouble, like when I was younger, reading and seeing things backward, because I can even say dyslexia. Is that how you say it?
Dyslexia.
Like, yeah, that thing. I've always seen things backward. Yeah. And I talk, and, you know, the way I slur and just the way I am, you know, I've really allowed myself personally to be in that perfection of me, and allow whatever comes out of me to come out. That's how I want to. I listen to some of my recordings, like, what did I say? What is that word? Like, I make my own language up all the time, but you know, that's who I am. So don't, like, beat yourself up if you're, don't stop. I guess what the bottom line is, stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Allow yourself to be here. If you're quirky, you say words crazy, you know, slur words, you whatever you do, or you know, you like to twirl when you talk. I don't know. Just allow yourself, you know, just allow yourself to be you. That's so important right now too, because when you're in that space of allowing the quirkiness, that is when you are authentic. That is when you're in your truth. And that is when all your masks are off.
Or simply just being vulnerable.
Yes. And knowing it's okay to be in that space. Like, don't, oh my God, they looked at me funny. They don't like me. You know, they probably are afraid of you because of your energy, and be like, oh, you know, so it's, you never know what somebody on their inside is feeling. So, and we always compare ourselves, it's always against us. And sometimes it's, oh, I'm not saying 99.9% of the time, it's not at all.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly it.
how we've been riding a little long here.
Oh no, we have about maybe 10 or so minutes.
I'm not paying attention today.
Neither am I, but you know, the internal clock is like,
Okay. I had mine turned off. So anything else going in your world? I just, we're just kind of going with the flow. I love these calls, Hillis, with you, because it's just like whatever comes up, and it's just fun. And, you know, that's how it should be. Just whatever flows.
I know, well, it's just us.
Oh, it's just us. Oh, now I remember. I'm glad you said that. So talking about the we, remember how you're saying how about we?
Yeah.
But that's what we're moving into, is that not that individual, but co-creating as a we.
Yeah.
Like, we have to get out of the mindset of that competition, and that it's everybody, it's me against the world kind of attitude, you know, and really find those that vibrate with you and to co-create together, because that's truly what it's all about. I had the beautiful opportunity this week, was it this week? Yeah, this past week, where a girlfriend of mine was just having some health issues, and another girlfriend called me, and we did this whole integration, this whole, together. She did her work, I did my work, but we do kind of different work, but the same work, but we were working together. And it was just amazing what happened. And it was amazing what opened it up. And personally for myself, I up leveled and opened up to a whole nother level of what I do during that session, being in that space and having somebody hold that space for me that allowed me to step into that, because she was holding me in that space when I was working with her in kind of that old ways we used to work. We used to just get around and just work together and create things together, and just weave it all.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done now.
No, it's
It's
interesting
a crazy
because
fun time.
I love that. And as you were speaking, this is just go show you how crazy the energy is. I just had this thought in my head of where am I? And I'm like, I know where I am, but where am I?
Where are you? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go?
I'll find out when I get there.
You might just keep on going and moving and shifting and changing, and you never have to get anywhere because it's just a continual.
Exactly. I've said it before. I've done it 900 times. I can do it
Yeah,
maybe another 100 more times, maybe another
good for
100,
you.
maybe even 1,000.
I don't know where I'm going next time once I move this off this plane. Who knows what I'll choose.
Part of me just wants to come back to see how it all played out.
But you'll see it
With
anyway.
all my abilities intact, abilities and memories intact.
Okay, gotcha. So you want to come in like one of these new babies that are coming in that are like remembering everything that people are like, what? Just, oh my God.
Yeah, and have all
I
my.
told you about the baby. I told you that story before, didn't I? About the baby and the flower.
Yes, you did. I love that story. You want to tell it?
Oh, okay. I think I told it before, but I'll tell it again. I'll do a short story. So I was at Costco and I was about to leave, and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I need flowers. So I went over to the flower place and was like, oh my God, this little radiant little baby, like sitting in this little baby basket in the crate with his dad. And he's like, and I just look at him and he was just like, he is one special, came in, remember, and he looked at me and I looked at him. I'm like, oh, sweet love, I see you. And he just looked at me and kind of just smiled. And I was just like, I really just honored just the being he was, and he knew it. Like you could just see it. Like we just had this really cool cosmic connection. So I turned and I went, so I was like, okay, what flowers, looking at the flowers. Well, all of a sudden the flowers flew out of the little container, flew out and dropped on the ground. And even my husband, who was beside me, said, that baby just gave you those flowers and threw them out. I said, I know. His father was oblivious. So I picked him up. I was like, oh, those are from me. Thank you.
I love it.
And I looked at him and I said, I don't know what I said, something like, never let anybody shut you down or something like that. Always remain who you are.
Yeah.
And just kind of looked at him. He smiled. And yeah, so those are the little beings that are coming into this world now. You what?
That's going to be me.
That's going to be you? Okay.
No, but you asked me a
Well, it
question.
can be you now too. You don't have to come back to do that.
Yeah, it's taking a little bit more energy, a little bit more effort this go around.
You'll figure it.
Yeah, but you did ask me a question of what I have going on.
Oh, I did. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, I have nothing going on actually. I have the Hempworx thing that we're doing. I have the HEALY thing that everyone needs in their life. It's almost like a couple of stories about it. I have a friend of mine who has one, and they were allergic to mangoes and peanuts. Peanuts, but mangoes, how can you be allergic to mangoes, right? So there's a program on here for allergies. He ran the
Mm.
program every single day for a week.
And now he
And
gets mangoes.
yes, now he can eat mangoes and peanuts.
Awesome.
I
Wow,
know.
that's really cool. And that's all about frequency.
Yeah,
And that's all it is.
yeah. And so last week I took a misstep and did a slight sprain in my ankle. And I thought for sure that my ankle was going to be swollen. I put this on, nothing. Next day I was good.
Awesome. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And the new personalized frequency, the abundance frequency,
Is it Kick Bombity Bomb?
yeah, it's like magic. I've, I'm not going to get into any details, but the abundance frequency, yeah, it's like a true abundance magnet, I tell you.
Can you bring this in for me?
You know,
My drawing? No, I'll bring it
oh,
in myself.
yes, I know exactly what it is, of course. Yes, your
Cosmic
custom,
Magic Boogie Bus.
yeah, for sure. But there's another thing that I also do, and for those who are watching, those who are interested in working with me personally one on one, I do offer 30-minute new client sessions for $50, which is like an amazing deal. And the work that I do is Lemuria light energy, so it helps to nourish the soul, to release trauma, to release pain, to release all old thought patterns, beliefs, energies, and ideas to really help you step into this new energy that we're in right now. I worked with Rebecka, I worked with her husband, I worked with her daughter, I worked with the whole family. I worked
Yeah.
with, interesting enough, I was looking at this the other day. In the past, like year and a half,
Mhm.
worked with just over 100 people to help them get through all of this. And thought
Oh,
that's
yes. That's awesome.
I
Please thumbs
know,
up.
like yeah, more people are letting go of their stuff, stepping into new energies. So I love.
Awesomeness.
What
And
about you? What do you have going
this
on?
is amazing. Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
Lord, what do
for
I
saying
have
I'm
going
amazing.
on? What?
Thank you for saying I'm amazing. But what do you have going
You
on?
are amazing. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Me. So as far as social media, I have cut off Facebook. I was just saying my website. So all those who are looking for my website and can't get on it, it is because it is not active right at the moment. I was just I've just been called to like kind of cut off from everything. And in that, it's time to reinvent who I am on social media. I don't know if I'll go back to Facebook. I'm really enjoying being off Facebook, tell you honest truth. I've never been a huge, I still have my Instagram. But anyway, that's just kind of the social media part of the thing. Anyway, in saying that, to contact me, you'll have to call Hillis and get him, and so he can contact me for any appointments. I'm just kidding.
I don't
I'm,
mind.
I'm, I'm moving into the new energy that people will just find me and trying this out. No, but I'm going to start. I do this amazing class, and with you can actually see some of my paintings, which isn't really the class that I do, but it's a layered class that I kind of just came up with, moving through some energies, and I've just been doing it on and off. And I'm getting a call to do it again. It's a 4-week class. I'm going to start it. What day did I say I'm going to start it? I just
March
decided.
10th.
March the what?
10th.
March the 10th. So I'll get it out. But if you're interested to listen to this between now and March the 10th, just send me an email at RebeccaGregory7@gmail.com. And I will be getting some stuff out to upgrade my social media. So if you're interested, or maybe he'll advertise for me. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I'm just throwing it out there. But it's 4 weeks. It's really fun. You're talking about getting the class is all, and guess what? The beautiful thing is you don't have to be an artist. You don't have to paint. If you want to draw circles, you can draw circles. So it's all about going in. We were talking about feeling earlier and getting into your body. Well, this is what this class is all about. It's different layers of just moving through and looking and allowing ourselves to feel. And pain is the medium to express those feelings. So if you're like out there going like, I don't know how to feel, I don't know what to do, I don't want to talk about this shit. This is just a wonderful way to express. So yeah, so that's that. And I also do sessions in my sounds. So Rebecka Gregory 7 right now is at gmail.com. How you find me till I decide to
Disappear.
I might just look at me. I'm like glowing right now. I'm like moving up levels.
Yeah, we have Rebecka, her sound, and her QHHT.
Yes, and QHHT, which I haven't done in a while, but it seems to start, it's coming back to me. Like it's time to do this more. So
yeah,
I do that as well. QHHT. I like to call my work cosmic tune-ups because you never know what's going to come in. So if you like a cosmic tune-up, give me a ring at Rebecka Gregory 7 at gmail.com. We'll hook you up.
Like it. I call mine fine-tunements.
Fine-tunements? No, mine's a cosmic tune-up. Cosmic tune-up.
As I get a little bit more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I have it. So listen to this. You know how I like to express myself as a light expression alchemist?
Yes.
I think I just put cosmic alchemist. That's my new little thing.
I haven't.
What do you guys think? Let us know. Huh?
I have to determine what I have settled on because I know it's evolving and changing. I went from one thing to being a soul mentor and energy facilitator, but like, okay, I'm.
Ooh.
I know.
We don't have to have names, but.
I know. Just call me Hillis. That's good enough.
Just call me Rebecka or whatever you want to call me, or no name. Just go. Ooh. Because we're just vibration.
That's how we communicate with each other through sound.
I know. Ooh.
Through sound and frequency. Yeah.
It is. That's how that's what it's all about.
This is just another form of sound.
Yes, it is.
That's easily understood. In this reality. What did you see?
Oh, Mr. Scroll's running up. He's scaring me. Oh, he's being chased by a pelican. Oh, he's going up the tree. Oh. It's always an adventure here, isn't it? What?
No, I was gonna say I think that does it for us,
It is.
It's just us show.
Oh, so how do people if they're interested in checking Hempworx out, how do they contact us? Because you handle that for me.
Go to the link in the description and all the information will be there with how to get in touch with us and how to purchase and all that other good stuff. Everything will be in the description.
Awesome. Yeah. Try them out. They're really good products. So, and they have face masks. They have all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of cool. New thing to explore. So, well, guys, thanks for joining us today and for our cosmic little exploration here of all over the place. We've died, we've risen, we've rose, we've levitated. We've done it all today, Hillis. Man, phew. Are you ready for a nap now?
I need to run a new program.
I know, but you don't need a nap now, right? Because you got your HEALY.
Yeah, no nap.
I've got to go make dinner.
Alrighty. So thank you everyone for tuning in to this week. And next week is going to be amazing.
Who's going to be on the show next week?
Isn't it Heather Ash next week?
Yes, it is. Heather Ash from the known as the Warrior Goddess, start Warrior Goddess training and the Heart. Oh my God, I forgot the name of her new book, Heart Warrior Practice. Don't quote me on that. Sorry, Ash. Yeah, she's going to be joining us. So that was a fun conversation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so tune on in. So, gosh, thanks, Hillis, for kitty-chatting with me today. I had fun.
Me too.
I love exploring with you. It's always fun. You never know where the hell we're going to go.
No, we don't. That's the beauty of it.
It is. Awesome. Love y'all. Thanks for joining the Cosmic Insight. And till next time. Mwah.
But heard instead. through podcast radio on realrevolutionradio.com. Never before has inspirational podcast radio been taken to this next level of wow. Until now. Today, in the age of information, more and more people are searching for answers and in solutions in how to better approach and perceive every day-to-day concerns by tuning in to realrevolutionradio.com. Isn't it about time we take back our lives, back in consciousness, in a higher state of awareness, in the evolution of our own state of higher well-being? Yes, we can do so consciously every day by tuning in to the many groundbreaking and third eye-opening podcasts. Our new Cleveland-based network of over 33 paradigm-shifting internet talk shows. Only on realrevolutionradio.com. Be part of that change. Evolve. Be inspired.